I'm Jason Carter. Physical optimization defines my life. The day I was born, doctors nearly killed me with medical malpractice. They said I'd never walk. I've been proving them wrong for 35 years. It's easier than you think to obtain super optimal health. I've devoted my life to it, and with my help, you can too. I'm Jason Carter, and this is ENZYMENTAL. And welcome to ENZYMENTAL. I'm Jason Carter, and today I wanted to tell you about probably my favorite B vitamin of all time, and that is vitamin B3, better known as niacin. So niacin is actually made in the body from tryptophan, and because of this, many nutritionists do not consider niacin an essential nutrient so long as tryptophan intake is adequate. Niacin functions in the body as a component in the coenzymes NAD, or nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide, and also NADP. These are two of the body's foremost energy molecules, and they're involved in well over 50 different chemical reactions. Niacin-containing enzymes play a critical role in energy production, fat, cholesterol, and carb metabolism, and also the manufacture of many body compounds, including sex and adrenal hormones. There are many rich food sources of niacin, and they include things like liver and other organ meats, eggs, fish, and nuts. And of course, all of these foods are also rich sources of tryptophan. Good sources of niacin also include legumes, whole grains, and this does not include corn, milk, and avocados. The recommended daily allowance for niacin is pitifully low. It's only about 6.6 milligrams per 1,000 calories, so it's actually better to take, at the very least, anywhere from 15 to 20 milligrams, but I actually advocate for using higher doses of niacin. So niacin was actually discovered during the search for the cause of pellagra, a common disease in Spain and Italy in the 18th century. In Italian, pellagra means skin that is rough, and now we know that pellagra is caused by a severe deficiency of niacin, and specifically tryptophan. Pellagra is characterized by what we call the 3 Ds of pellagra: dermatitis, dementia, and diarrhea. The skin develops a cracked, scaly dermatitis. The brain does not function properly, leading to confusion and dementia, and diarrhea results from the impaired manufacture of the mucus lining of the gastrointestinal tract. And you actually just need a tiny pinch of niacin to avoid pellagra. And this is actually what led bread and pasta and cereal makers to begin fortifying their products with niacin among other B vitamins. And if you look at the ingredient list of any of those products, you will see niacin along with other B vitamins added to the ingredients in some form. That's why they put it there, so you can avoid primarily the pellagra. So as I said, niacin is essential in the production of energy. It's also involved in the regulation of blood sugar, antioxidant mechanism, and detox reactions. So in addition to its nutritional effects, niacin supplementation exerts a favorable effect on several health conditions, especially high cholesterol. And this is probably one of its most beneficial effects. Simply put, traditional flushing niacin boosts good cholesterol better than any pharmaceutical drug. As a supplement, niacin is available as either its standard form, which is otherwise known as nicotinic acid, which is its scientific name, and no, it has nothing to do with nicotine, or even nicotinate, or even niacinamide or nicotinamide, and that would be the alkaline flush-free form, and I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Each form actually has far different applications. In the traditional form, known as nicotinic acid, vitamin B3 is an extremely effective reducer of blood cholesterol levels, while in its niacinamide form, the alkaline flush-free form, it's useful in arthritis and early-onset type 1 diabetes, which is the autoimmune condition form of diabetes. Doses in excess of 50 milligrams of niacin, but not niacinamide, typically produce the famous transient flushing of the skin. So to get around the problem of skin flushing, supplement manufacturers have developed time-release products, and the problem with these is that the time-release mechanism, usually a load of cellulose, greatly interferes with the body's absorption of that nutrient. So while these time-release preparations may effectively eliminate the problem of skin flushing, they are associated with also greater liver destruction and serious side effects. A better way to eliminate the problem of skin flushing is to use inositol hexaniacinate, or otherwise known as hexaniacin, and this form of niacin has also been used in Europe for over 30 years with excellent safety results. But even a better way to deal with the flush of niacin is to, first of all, take it with a meal. Taking it with food this way reduces the sensation of the flush, and also pairing it with vitamin C will help to tamp down the flush too. So in the flush, what's happening is the blood vessels directly beneath your skin are opening or dilating or opening to their maximum capacity, allowing for maximum blood flow, and that's why you turn red. And what it feels like is an itch beneath the skin. And I actually really like it. I take niacin every day. I take very large doses, and I do it for, among other reasons, to help me sleep. I don't have any problem with the flush, but far too many people do. So a great way to deal with the flush is, first of all, start with a low dose. And I usually tell people to start anywhere from 100 milligrams or less. If you're very sensitive to most things, if you have a sensitive constitution, a sensitive body, start with 50 milligrams or less. I've seen niacin in supplement form as low as 25 milligrams. So this is a very easy dose to start with. And you can take it any time of day, but it's very helpful if taken at nighttime because being made from tryptophan, when you take niacin supplementally, that will actually liberate the tryptophan you have in your body from what you've eaten throughout the day, so that tryptophan can be converted into serotonin and melatonin and help you sleep. And pertinent to sleep specifically, niacin is very helpful at helping to achieve REM sleep, or the rapid eye movement deep restorative sleep. And also it helps to keep away premature waking. Far too many people deal with that, where they fall asleep just fine, but they wake up 2 or 3 hours later and they're up for the night. Well, niacin really helps to keep that away. And for me personally, I've been a chronic insomniac for over 10 years now, and niacin is the best and most natural remedy I've found for helping me sleep. And in that capacity alone, it's fantastic. So there are quite a few more things I want to tell you about niacin, but for right now, if you're going to take it, I would try the flushing niacin. It's just called niacin or nicotinic acid, and avoid the flush-free niacin. Flush-free niacin is much more expensive. It doesn't work nearly as well as regular niacin does. And the interesting thing is your body will actually convert flushing niacin to the flush-free form and back as it needs to, and it does do this anyway, so I would say just save $10 or so and go with the cheaper, more effective flushing niacin. You want to start with a low dose. I would start with no more than 100 milligrams, and if you're, like I said, if you're very sensitive, start with lower than that, 50 or even 25, and take it at nighttime with a meal. It's a great way to boost good cholesterol, lower blood sugar, support optimal circulation and blood pressure, and also it's a really great relaxer. So try it out, but start low. Thanks for watching. I'm Jason Carter, and I'll see you next time on ENZYMENTAL. Stay healthy.